Hi, my name is Mike Leiden. I'm a principal with the Street Plans Collaborative, an urban planning, design, and research firm based in Miami, Florida, and right here in Brooklyn, New York. For Planetizen, I'm going to be leading the course on tactical urbanism, which looks at how short-term actions can be used to create long-term change. The course will begin with a general survey of city planning trends from around the country and actually around the world. We'll then move into looking at the definition of tactical urbanism and how it distinguishes itself from other related movements like DIY urbanism and spontaneous interventions, things of that nature. We'll then run you through a history of tactical urbanism, demonstrating how this movement, although it has a new name, is actually not that new, and we have precedents going back to even as far as the 1500s. From there, we'll look at how the patterns of tactical urbanism are being adopted nationwide. And then finally, in the second course, we're going to look at a bunch of case studies, looking at unsanctioned projects, those that are more guerrilla, and then also the sanctioned projects, those that are city-led, but also explain how many of the unsanctioned projects soon become sanctioned after they're deemed successful. And finally, we'll teach you how to actually carry forward a tactical urbanism intervention yourself, whether you are a planner, a citizen advocate, or work for the city itself. We'll give you insight into how these projects become successful.
Hi, welcome to Tactical Urbanism, Short-Term Action, Long-Term Change. This is course 1 of 2 for Planetizen courses. As I record this today, I'm sitting in that brick building behind the plaza, which is in the Dumbo neighborhood. Dumbo is an acronym for Down Underneath the Manhattan Bridge Overpass, and you actually see the bridge there next to our building. So this is where we are located. And in our work, we do a lot of bike planning and pedestrian planning, placemaking and tactical urbanism. We do a lot of web design as part of our projects and a lot of workshops and trainings. And our company was really started with the idea that research and advocacy would play a very big role in defining the kind of work that we would do. We've got a lot of various interests, and we pursue those with outside research projects, some of which become larger initiatives and paid projects and help us develop expertise in a variety of different areas. Here's just a couple of our projects and publications and websites. So tactical urbanism is one of those. And Nabil Hamdi, who's a professor over in England, sums it up nicely when he says it's about getting it right for now, but being tactical and strategic about later. And so the whole concept is how can we use short-term projects that cost little money to help seed bigger, more permanent projects that are intended to create change for the long term. What we found, which is really exciting, is that the idea has resonated globally in all types of cities with all types of organizations and people and just regular citizens. It's a really exciting thing, and we find that anyone can get involved. We don't own this concept. We didn't start this idea necessarily, and you'll learn about that later. But the intent of tactical urbanism is to improve the lives of everybody, if possible, and to get things done. We have a lot of challenges which we'll also discuss in the next chapter facing our cities, and we find this is one of the tools in the toolbox that can help cities address those challenges. So there are 8 course objectives today. These are spread out over 2 courses, and I will explain all 8 right now. So we'll consider the drivers of this movement. What's behind tactical urbanism? We'll introduce and define the term with a bit more clarity. There are a lot of questions about what makes tactical urbanism different from, say, DIY, do-it-yourself urbanism. So we'll explore that. We'll look at the history of this movement. And while the term tactical urbanism is relatively new, a lot of the concepts, ideas, and projects are not. And I think that's a fascinating piece of information that we always are looking forward to sharing with audiences because it's perceived as being new, but it's not. We'll understand the range of actors, whether they're nonprofits or citizens or city governments or even business improvement districts. There's a whole range of actors in this movement that are getting projects done in a very tactical manner. Course Objective 5, we will look at understanding the applications and limitations of tactical urbanism. There are some places where it works better than others. And we'll learn from key case studies. We'll go through at least 8 case studies in the second course that explore in more depth how certain tactics are used to address certain problems and the results that we've been documenting since they've been first utilized, which is exciting. It's one of my favorite parts of this discussion is sharing all the great examples. And then we'll help you, the person who's watching this training and this course, understand how to develop a tactical urbanism project yourself. What are the considerations, what are the applications, etc. And we'll walk you through those steps. And then at the end, the very end part of course 2, we'll share a lot of our resources, the books that we're reading, the manuals we've looked at, the publications that are out there that I think really are the underpinning of this movement. And there continues to be more and more of them, which is really great. And we'll share some of those with you in case you're looking for even more information. So with that, we'll take it on to chapter 2.